Good morning, students. Sairam and welcome back once again. First of all, I really appreciate your efforts or hard work towards your exam, and also hope that you will continue this hard work in future as well. So, student, in this video, we are going to start a new chapter. As you all know, before exam, we have completed history chapter number 2, that is Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. So in this class, we are going to discuss geography chapter number 4, that is climate. So without any further delay, let's start today's class. So students, in the previous chapter of geography, you all have learned that about the different landforms of our country. So in this chapter, in climate, in this chapter, we are going to discuss the atmospheric condition. We are going to discuss atmospheric condition that prevail over our country. Why we wear woolen clothes in the month of December? Why it is too hot or uncomfortable in the month of May? Why it is rainy in the month of June and July? So the answer of all these questions can be find out by the study of the climate of our country. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss the weather condition of our country. But before moving further, let's first understand the meaning of the term climate and weather. First of all, these two words, climate and weather, we used in the same context, right? But their meaning is slightly different. How? First of all, climate. Climate means is an average atmospheric condition for a long period of time. Climate is the characteristic condition of atmosphere near the Earth's surface. It refers to the sum total of weather condition and variation over a large area for a long period of time. An average around least 30 years. Okay. Now next term is weather. Weather refers to the atmospheric condition for a short period of time. Basically it changes within days or within hours. Basically I think students, you all may have noticed that you all may have observed that the atmospheric condition fluctuate very often, even within days. But there is common pattern, we can say that over few weeks or month. Like for example, days are cool or hot, bright or dark, wet or dry. So weather means it's refer to the state of the atmosphere over an area at any point of the time, right, for a short period of time. Now next thing is element. So the climate and the weather, they both have the same elements. It includes temperature, humidity, precipitation, atmospheric pressure, humidity and other atmospheric condition at a specific time. So is it clear? Weather, climate, that means it is an average atmospheric condition for a long period of time, and weather, it is an atmospheric condition for a short period of time. Now variations in India's climate. So first of all students, the world is divided into the number of climatic zone. And do you know what type of climate India has and why it is so? So this also we will learn in this chapter. Variations in India's climate. So first of all, what type of climate India has? India has a monsoon type of climate, right? India has a monsoon type of climate, which means rainfall. As you all know, India is also called agricultural country, that means agriculture. So the climate of India can be called as the tropical monsoon climate that is advantageous and disadvantageous for our country. So let's first understand the word monsoon. This word monsoon is derived from the Arabic word mausim, which means season. Clear? The word monsoon is derived from the Arabic word mausim, which means season. First of all, this word is given by the Arab traders and the navigators when they land into the India, right? This word season and the mausim, this word is given by the Arab traders and the navigators when they just land into the India. Basically, they just felt different phenomena here than the others country. So monsoon refers to the seasonal reversal in the wind direction during a year. Clear? It implies, that means monsoon refers to the seasonal reversal in the wind direction during a year. So basically students, you may have a wind that blows during the winter and the summer season. So as I said, the world is divided into a number of climatic regions, and the climate of India is described as the monsoon type. So basically in India, the most common climatic condition is attributed to the monsoon of India. Is it clear? Okay. So India basically predominantly monsoon land, and being a monsoon land, rainfall is very pulsatory and variable here. And this type of, that means monsoon type of climate, this type of climate is found in South and Southeast Asia. But there are perceptible regional variations in climate condition within the country. Basically, if we talk about the climatic condition of our country, so there is extreme climatic condition could be seen here. So two important elements, first is temperature and second one is the precipitation. So let's talk in brief about in these two elements, temperature and the precipitation. First of all, difference in temperature. So temperature means it refers to the degree of hotness and coldness of air. So despite an overall unity in general pattern, following variation in the climatic condition observed in our country. Like for example, in summer the mercury occasionally reach to 50 degrees Celsius in some part of Rajasthan desert. In summer, basically the mercury occasionally reach to the 50 degrees Celsius in the some part of Rajasthan. And if we talk about the Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir, so it may be around 20 degrees Celsius in summer. Right, in Rajasthan, some part of Rajasthan in summer, it may be reach 50 degrees Celsius, and in Jammu and Kashmir it may be around 20 degrees Celsius. And on the other hand, in the winter time, basically in Jammu Kashmir, that means at Dras in Jammu Kashmir, it may less than -45 degrees Celsius, and at Thiruvananthapuram, that means in southern part of India, it may be around 22 degrees Celsius. So this kind of variation in climatic condition observed in our country. Basically in summer, during the time of summer, the western part of India, basically the temperature may be reached 50 degrees Celsius. And if we talk about the northern India, so in summer it may be around 20 degrees Celsius. And if we talk about, on the other hand, if we talk about the winter season, so in winter the temperature in Jammu Kashmir may be less than -45 degrees Celsius, and at Thiruvananthapuram it may be around 22 degrees Celsius. But do you know there is a wide difference between in the day and night temperature also observed in our country. Like the Thar Desert. The Thar Desert located in the western part of India. So in Thar Desert, it rise 50 degrees Celsius in day. In day, it almost rise 50 degrees Celsius and it drop down to the near 15 degrees Celsius in night. The next is, if we talk about the Andaman and Nicobar and the Kerala region, so there is hardly felt difference between day and night in Andaman and the Kerala region. Now the next element is the precipitation. So precipitation that means when the droplets of waters fall to the earth from the atmosphere in the form of snow, silt, hail, etc. etc. It's called precipitation. So in the form of precipitations, variations obviously variations in climatic conditions also observed. The annual precipitation varied from over 400 centimeter in Meghalaya, that means in eastern part of India. As we know that the eastern part of India basically receive the highest rainfall in India, and to less than 10 centimeter in Ladakh and the western Rajasthan. And as we all know that, like the Ladakh and the western Rajasthan, that means the western part of India, receive a very less rainfall, around 10 centimeter. Now next thing is most part of country receive rainfall from June to September, right? But Tamil Nadu gets rainfall in October and November. Most part of that means like the northern part and the eastern part of India receive rainfall from June to September, but Tamil Nadu basically receive rainfall in October and November. Then next is upper parts. Upper part of Himalaya experience snowfall, while the rest of the country receive rainfall at that time. So there is a decrease in the rainfall generally from east to west in the northern plain. As we know that basically the eastern part of India receive the maximum or the highest rainfall, and as we move towards the western sides, so western sides basically receive a very less rainfall, less than 10 centimeter. So these variations have given the rise in the variety in the lives of people, their food, their clothes, their houses. Is it clear? Now next, vegetation. So vegetation can also affect the both temperature and the precipitation patterns in any particular area. Now next, climatic control. Climatic control, that means the factors that affecting the climate of a place are referred as controls. Clear? The factors that affect the climate of a place are referred as the controls. Now there are 6 major climatic control of a place, right? How many? There are 6 major climatic controls. Now first, so as I said, there are 6 major climatic control of a place. First, latitude. Second is altitude. Third one is pressure and wind system. Fourth one is distance from the sea. Then fifth, ocean currents. And the last one is relief feature. So there are 6 major climatic control that affect the climatic condition of a particular place. Now let's understand all these climatic control one by one. So let's start with the first, latitude. So latitude, due to the curvature of the earth, the amount of solar energy received varies according to the latitude. Okay, first of all, latitude. Latitude is the distance a place lies north or south of the equator and is measured by an imaginary lines called lines of latitude. So here are the important latitudes. First is equator, Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Students, as you all know, our earth is divided into three zones. First one is the torrid zone. Torrid, that means the hottest zone. Then next is the temperate zone. And the third one is the frigid zone. So basically, due to the curvature of the earth, the amount of solar energy, right, the amount of solar energy received varies according to the latitude. Equator receive direct sun rays, right, and on the other hand, poles, that means the north pole and the south pole, receive extremely slanting sun rays. So as a result, air temperature generally decrease as we move towards the pole side. Clear? As the result, air temperature generally decrease from the equator towards the pole. As we go from equator to the poles, temperature decrease. So equator being hottest and poles getting cooler. So this is how latitude also affect the climatic condition of a particular place. Now the second is altitude. As one goes from the surface of the earth to higher altitudes, that means the height, so the atmosphere becomes less dense and temperature decrease, right? So the hills are therefore cooler during the summertime, right? So when we move up, the temperature decrease. That means altitude means height. When we go higher and higher up, the atmosphere become less dense and the temperature decrease. That's why you see the hilly areas and mountain region much cooler than the plains. This is how altitude affect the climatic condition of a particular place. So temperature decreased from low to high altitude. Now the next one is pressure and wind system. Pressure and wind system of an area depends on latitude and altitude of a place. It also influences the temperature and rainfall pattern. Basically, as we know that wind is caused by air flowing from high pressure to low pressure, right? Remember that air always blow from high pressure to low pressure. Its direction is influenced by the earth's rotation. So due to this change in pressure, wind system, rainfall and temperature is affected. And always remember that land heat up faster than sea, and due to this temperature pattern affect the rainfall too. Now next is distance from the sea. So distance from the sea, as the distance from the sea increases, its moderating influence decreases and the people experience extreme weather condition, and this condition is known as continentality, right? That is very hot during summer and very cold during winter. So distance from sea particular also affect the climatic condition of a particular place. Now the next one is ocean currents. So ocean currents, basically students, if you ever visited any coastal areas, so you receive a lot of humidity and wind. This is majorly due to the ocean currents. This because of sea water, tides and waves. They constantly come towards the shore and bring a lot of breeze. So because of continuous flow of wind, that affect the climate of coastal areas. This is how it affects the climatic condition of a coastal areas. Last one is relief. Relief. So relief to, that means first of all relief means mountains, plateaus. So relief too plays a major role in the determining the climate of a place. How? For example, high mountains. High mountains that act as a barrier for cold or the hot winds. Now these cold winds basically cold winds entering from the Central Asia to the Indian subcontinent. So high mountains that act as a barrier. And the second thing is these high mountains, they also cause precipitation. If they are high enough and lie in the path of rain bearing winds, the leeward side of mountains remain relatively dry. So, is it clear? There are 6 climatic controls that affect the climatic condition of a particular place: latitude, altitude, pressure system and winds, distance from the sea, ocean currents, and last one is the relief. So that's it for this part. In next video, we will discuss the factors that affecting the climatic condition of India. Now, let's solve a few question answer related to this topic. So the first question is, which one of the following is an element of weather and climate? Now, options are, first one is the atmospheric pressure, second temperature, and option C humidity, and the last one is all of the above. So as I told you, basically the elements of weather and climates are same, and this include atmospheric pressure, it also include temperature, and it also include humidity. So answer is option D, all of the above. Atmospheric pressure, temperature, humidity, all are the elements of weather and climate. Now move on to the next question. Question number 2. The term monsoon is originated from dash. Now options are, first option is German, option B Arabic, and option C Latin. Right? There are 3 options. First is German, second is Arabic, and third one is the Latin. So the term monsoon is derived from the Arabic word. It's mosim, which means season. Now question number 3. There are dash major controls of the climate of any place. Now options are, option A 2, option B 6, and option C 5. So how many? There are total 6 major controls of the climate of any place. So option B is the correct answer, 6. Now move on to the next question. Question number 4. At higher dash, the atmosphere becomes less dense and temperature decreases too. Now options are, first latitude, option B altitude, and option C humidity. So at higher dash, the atmosphere become less dense and temperature decrease. So answer is B altitudes. At higher altitudes, the temperature become less dense and temperature also decrease. Now question number 5. The dash prevent the cold winds of Central Asia from entering the Indian subcontinent. Right? Now options are, first winds, option B Himalayas, and option C, this one is plateau. Right? So the dash prevent the cold winds of the Central Asia from entering the Indian subcontinent. So basically option B Himalayas. Himalayas act as a barrier to prevent the cold winds that entering from the Central Asia in the Indian subcontinent? So answer B is the correct, Himalayas. Now move on to the next question, question number 6. India has a dash type of climate. So India, what type of climate India has? So India has a monsoon type of climate. What type of climate? India has a monsoon type of climate. Is it clear? Okay, so that's it for today. Soon we will meet again in the next video. Till then, bye, thank you, and have a nice day.